What's up, everyone? It's time for episode number 84 of Disney Infinity and Beyond, presented by me, Roger, here in the UK, and Abe there in sunny California. Next has just happened, and it is time to go into all the recaps. But before we get going, I've got a bit of an issue because the whole of Europe got blocked on watching it live, so I really haven't got a clue what's going on. It kind of didn't quite go according to plan tonight. So, Abe, can you fill us in on what actually happened?
Yeah, absolutely. Whoa, something's going on here.
Yep. Yep, what's up? All right, Abe. Oh, he's mic'd. He's muted. This is a great start. We're just as live. There's one moment to book before. There we go.
I muted because one of my videos started playing. I'm like,
Yes.
why? Anyways, so basically, this is exactly what I was saying. This is going to be Disney Infinity's like Nintendo Direct per se. It's going to be one of their first. And we were basically fed all the information we already knew that was, previously leaked. But it was nice and pretty. The presentation was really professional. It was great. It was obviously pre-recorded, but they had a little bit of everybody in Avalanche, and they had like Marvel guys there, and it was really cool. But they tapped into obviously first Nick and Judy. They just showed us their animations and all that stuff, explained a little bit more. Had the creators of the movie talk about it as well. Then they went into Marvel Battlegrounds, which is the bigger chunk of the whole thing. And they showed us a new trailer of the actual playset launch trailer, even though we had one previously. So this one was pretty epic. They finally tapped into revealing the 4 new figures, which was obviously the ones we already knew: Captain America, Black Panther, Ant-Man, and Vision. They didn't really tap into Black Suit Spider-Man, even though he's going to be available individually. And then they showed us Baloo, which was obviously another leaked figure.
Yeah.
But the animation this is probably one of my most favorite figures that I'm going to be looking forward to playing with, because it showed him being like dancing and his moves and everything. Like he summons his hula script, like doing the clap. I mean, it's hilarious. It's a really cool figure. But now let's dive into something that was new to all of our ears, which was they mentioned that this year, they're no longer going to give us a brand new starter pack. Instead, they're going to actually extend the life of the starter pack by giving us new content. And that new content is 4 new playsets. And they did say one from every corner of the Disney genre, or cornerstone of the Disney umbrella. So you have one from Disney, one from Pixar, one from Star Wars, and one from Battlegrounds, which I'm assuming one from Marvel, which I'm assuming Battlegrounds is the one of the 4. So that's the only.
No. Well, I would expect that to be another one, because
I don't think
they've
so.
said there's 4 more. Well, they said there's 4 more to come after they've just shown all that thing. Only one Marvel.
No. The 4 to come was very in the beginning of the video.
Right.
I'm just tapping into what was new. That's why I'm assuming it's one of the 4. I've already put out a couple of tweets to people to see if we can get clarification on that one. So we'll see what happens.
It would surprise me if it was. There's going to be another Marvel playset, because
I hope so.
Well, it doesn't sound Marvel Battlegrounds as one. If you're saying that to me, like Marvel Battlegrounds is out in 2. They say there's 4 coming next. Would make more sense to be another one. And if they want to extend it, that would only mean there's only 3 more to come, because I would think like Marvel Battlegrounds is kind of already sort of locked in at this point.
The only reason why I counted it as one of the 4 is because one of the things that they did leave us with, which is also kind of new, was they did say that there are more Marvel figures to come, and they're all going to be playable in Battlegrounds. So that's why I assumed that was like the extra content we get from Marvel. So I don't know. Either way, still, the fact that we're getting 4 playsets in general is awesome. And then they basically dove behind the scenes on how it was made and all that stuff. They showed us a lot of stuff. And then the final thing they left us with is, stay tuned for the next installment of Next, while we talk about our favorite fish, and we'll look into the hourglass. So it's like, obviously they're teasing Finding Dory, they're teasing Alice in Wonderland through the Looking Glass. So that's something we can look forward to. Whether they're going to be the play sets or not, we don't know. But the cool thing is that they did tease Dory, which is awesome. That's one that we've been wanting clarification on for a while, and that's cool. But
Yeah.
that's most of the new stuff.
Okay, so an Alice in Wonderland tease and a Finding Dory tease were definitely given. So I'm just thinking if there's meaning one Disney, one Pixar, one Star Wars, one. So Pixar, the only movie they've got out left this year is Finding Dory, isn't it?
Yeah, that's correct. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Finding Dory is the only Pixar movie this year.
Yeah, and then obviously from Disney side, things are a bit more wider open because you've got Alice in Wonderland. Now, whether or not that's Moana or these, so I'm saying about these formal playsets, this might just be what they're talking about this year or for now. But yeah, Moana could be technically in there instead of Alice if they wanted to go down that route. For a playset wise, Alice could still be toy box only. We're not entirely too sure yet.
Right.
So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, other than that, the whole presentation was cool. I mean, it was really, really nice, professionally made. It wasn't live, so obviously everything was just perfect and to the point. Yeah, it's definitely rewatchable right now on YouTube for some of us. Hopefully we can get that fixed on your end. But other than that, I mean, it was a pretty cool presentation. But it's definitely what we expected. It was stuff that we already knew about that was going to leak. So I mean, that leaked. So yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. I mean, like Star Wars. It could be Star Wars Rebels or it could be Star Wars Rogue One. Those two would be the two things that could push it for Star Wars this year. Rogue One would make more sense in terms of being able to sell more toys since they've already got Rebels already out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely interesting, and this is kind of this thing that we've been talking about on the podcast for what feels like quite a few months now. Is this term that 4.0 isn't coming this year, and I think that's pretty much been confirmed now. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, well, from what we know so far, you know what I mean. Like they're definitely saying that 3.0 is going to have more extended life because of the new content that's going to be brought to it. So, yeah, definitely seems to be a longer year for 3.0. Which honestly makes sense with the whole 3.0. I mean, I'm sorry, with the E3 no inclusion with Disney Interactive there, so kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely works. I had an email in with some of the information. I had some of the images come through, and it there is the 2016 slate will include 4 new play sets. So, and will include Baloo. So you could be right in the fact that Marvel Battlegrounds is in that. I'm sure that'll be the question that will be brought up in the Twitch chat, which is going to be happening probably about an hour or so after this, from where we are right now. It definitely kind of I'm just reading through the history. You've heard from extended that we want an extended life on our starter packs loud and clear. You've asked for a wider variety of content across different brands, and so in 2006 we're focused on development efforts on adding more playsets and characters based on the biggest events coming from Disney this year. In other words, it's happening in the Walt Disney World. Walt Disney Company is happening in Disney Infinity 3.0. So specifically, we plan to launch 4 playsets that are compatible with 3.0 in 2016. While more details of each of these will be announced throughout the year, so you want to keep eye on future Disney Infinity Next webcasts to make sure they can find it. So, and then they go on about Zootopia, Baloo, and Marvel Battlegrounds. Now, I do think doing this little tease of Finding Dory and Alice is great. I like the confirmation that we've got 4 more play sets. It does sound like Marvel Battlegrounds could be one of them, so there may be another 3 ones. Now, whether or not that sees us through till Christmas, till they launch another version there, because in theory they could squeeze this out till like November and then run out another one, or this could just be, maybe they want to launch in January or something like that next year. But at the minute, it definitely feels like at the minute 3.0 isn't going anywhere for the time being, and we all can just maybe forget about the newest starter pack and the newest announcements, because they could still announce more stuff for 2017 next year.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, this whole DLC thing is obviously leaving the door wide open. I mean, we don't know what else is coming now, so it's. Oh, and I was going to point out something that I did notice, and it started from D23. It seems like they're finally spreading Disney and Pixar apart. So now because before they were always considering it Disney. So now it's definitely four different properties of Disney Infinity. So
Yeah.
that was good because then that will appease to the Disney fans. So
Yeah, it kind of gives
I don't
us
know.
like a
Let's see what
double
happens.
bite of the kind of gives us a bite of the double cherry there, because you kind of got two Disney kind of theme ones. Because I know, because that way you've got twice as many. Because I mean, I still view Pixar and Disney as very, very close anyway. But for our sort of Disney fans, having Pixar means that we're going to get sort of
Yeah.
two Disney side things. Definitely interesting. I'm going to be, obviously the disappointment of not having the show live for the rest of Europe. I'm going to be honest, if it's not a webcast where it's interactive, why not just post it as a straight up video rather than making, I know it's like an event thing with the live chat and all the rest of it is great, but you kind of think if it's just a pre-recorded video, why not just set your time to go up live like anything else, rather than sort of messing around with doing it live when it wasn't really necessary.
Well, this is exactly how they do it anyways in the gaming industry. Like Nintendo Direct functions the same way. They have a countdown for when their next Direct comes up.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously Disney wanted their own version, and it was well executed aside from the fact that the rest of the world couldn't see it. But
Yeah.
other than that, yeah, I mean, it was a pre-recorded video, and I still like the fact that they hype up. Oh, hey guys, we're gonna have this new video. That's kind of cool. But
Yeah.
this first one I know wasn't going to be as awesome because most of the stuff leaked already. So.
Well, now the trouble is, and this is the next question: is if they're talking about the next one and they've teased Dory and Alice in Wonderland, is it going to be June for the summer update? Is it going to be sooner? Because let's be honest, they're going to make the same. Are they going to have the same problem again? Of if they do it too late, is Alice already going to be out or just about to go before the next June or the next summer update? I'm going to be honest. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more than just a tease at the end for Alice. If it's out in 2-3 months, it doesn't. I know they're focused on Battlegrounds, but I don't know. What do you think?
That's another reason why I think that Alice is not the playset. So I feel like if it's toy box only characters, it's okay to leave towards the end. I mean, they made it seem like the Zootopia figures were something fresh and new in the beginning of this next stream. So I can kind of see them doing something similar. But one thing though that you did bring up is that we could have a repeat of what we've seen before, which is maybe the new stuff will leak before we even see this next video. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's been a lot of talk about kind of these direct cut or these sort of next things being able to stop the leaks and for them to get ahead. And I'm sitting here now and I'm thinking, you haven't got ahead. You've literally told us what's coming next week. I don't really feel like we've moved forward to next at all. That's how I'm feeling. I mean, this was kind of what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be primarily focused on next week's releases, but I feel this whole thing of trying to get ahead of the leaks and trying to get ahead of the news, they haven't done. A little tease at the end isn't enough.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not enough, but at the same time, they could also claim that they're the ones that kind of spilled it because they mentioned it at the end of this, even though it wasn't, details or what the figures look like.
Yeah.
The fact that they did acknowledge it, I guess, kind of gives them a little bit of an advantage, but I don't know. I guess we'll see.
It just feels like, again, maybe this word that we keep using, a sort of a missed opportunity. I love the fact that they've come out and said, we got 4 more playsets. Great, amazing. That is a really good way of them giving us, we know that there's going to be a Pixar, a Disney, and a Star Wars playset to come, but they haven't gone ahead. They've only moved. We only really know a tiny smidge. And now we are only literally 2 weeks away from these releases, and after that, we've got no idea what's coming out when. I don't know. I'm loving the fact that they have said that the stuff's coming in the future, but they haven't got ahead of the leaks. We're going to have the same problem again. I can feel it. I can feel it in my waters. We're going to have the same problem.
Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough. Hopefully, we'll all be distracted. Hopefully, we'll all be distracted with Battlegrounds. That we'll kind of miss that stuff. So
yeah, I don't know. It's a very interesting thing. I mean, the new Marvel Battlegrounds trailer looks really good. It's great to see sort of Ant-Man and Vision and Black Panther in action a little bit. We get to see Ant-Man shrinking and growing in the new trailer. it's I just find it very tricky because I think because we've known about them for so long, it's very hard to feel super excited about them because we've known about them for so long. And of course, okay, you might have people go, "What's the official release?" But
Well, we finally got to see gameplay of them, though. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's what made them seem kind of cool. I mean, Black Panther looks phenomenal, so I'm kind of excited
yeah.
for him.
Oh, I am super pumped for Marvel Battlegrounds. I'm really excited to be playing it. It's hard. It's that thing, isn't it? Of just going, here's some gameplay, and by the way, you can get these in just over a week's time, which is fantastic. That is a great way of hyping it. And I do think showing off new footage and stuff this week. Usually by now when we went through the launch and stuff, we saw a lot of gameplay through like the Twitch TV stuff. So showing it through direct for the first time, also through Next the first time is a great way. But yeah, it's I don't know. I think overall sitting here this evening, we've been sort of waiting for this for weeks and weeks and weeks. I can't help but just feel a little bit like, yeah,
a little bit, yeah. But on that same note, though, about Battlegrounds, I'm going to take advantage, and since Rob from the Coin Op is in our live chat, I'm challenging you to Battlegrounds, so that way we'll have a collab video together. So, Rob, you're challenged.
I think like Marvel Battlegrounds, I think it's going to be great. I've got no doubt about it. But I don't know. I think this whole it definitely feels like I don't know. I'm just quite underwhelmed tonight. I think. I mean, I know there was this kind of part of me going, well, it's going to be what was already leaked, but there's only part of me now thinking, well, I know we've got 3 more playsets. Fantastic, can't wait.
Yeah, well, I was going to say they also got me a little excited. The thought of potentially having the Scarlet Witch join up is awesome because he said there was more Marvel figures coming. So, everybody knows I've been pushing for Scarlet Witch for a while. So hopefully that works out. Roger's moving around here. But yeah, so definitely that's something that's getting me excited. And they did show these guys from Avalanche Studios, really going at it. Like you can see a little bit of gameplay of them playing Battlegrounds, and it looks like it's going to be a very exciting game. And that's why I'm not too worried about obviously having just 4 new characters at this point, because it seems like they went through every single Marvel character that came out in 2.0 and they gave them a little bit more life for this playset. So overall, I think Battlegrounds is going to be an awesome game to start this whole new 4 playset phase. So it's going to be cool.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's just this a kind of odd thing of I think Marvel Battlegrounds is I can't wait to get all my Marvel characters out because specifically with all the 2.0 stuff, I think it's going to be great to have them in there. And just in going to be able to use Hulkbuster and Ultron for stuff, that when you only had them in toy box only mode, you couldn't really do too much with them. But it's just very, very exciting to have them. I'm looking forward to sort of Ant-Man and Vision and Black Panther the most. And I'm going to be honest, I think they're going to be the guys I'm going to be using in this place at the whole time.
Yeah, no, it's true. And then just I guess on a quick change of subject, finally, dude, I'm feeling bad for my buddy Boba Fett. I mean, he's getting no mention whatsoever. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and this is Disney Infinity, DisKingdom Next right now, and I'm gonna announce he'll be out on the 15th. So everybody get him because they didn't bring him up. Yeah. I'm surprised.
No,
and like I said earlier, they didn't bring up Spider-Man either. So he'll also be on the 15th.
No. Yeah, and also no light effects Kylo Ren as well.
Oh yeah, Kylo. Yeah, that's true. But then again, I never, no disrespect to my buddy Jason at Disney Infinity Inquirer, but he assumed that we were getting one because of the little plaque thing. But nobody has confirmed anything. So until they say something.
Been on a couple of different European retailers and stuff. So I'm just going to jump into the chat here, and I just asked the question of what did you think, thumbs up or thumbs down? Swift Guy was thumbs in the middle. Cooper was thumbs down, thumbs even from Rock. Tech. Those were the main ones. So yeah, it's a little bit interesting to sort of it's gonna be interesting to go through like Reddit and the forums and the Facebook groups over the next few hours and just kind of see how everyone is. I think there was that kind of expectations for a lot more news than we got. But there was also that kind of, it was so easy to get carried away with expecting too much. For me, I am literally walking away with this thinking I know that we've got at least another Star Wars, another Disney, and another Pixar play set, and there's going to be essentially no 4.0 this year. Kind of confirming my gut feeling. Oh yeah, everything's been feeling it. Like I said, we can throw those rules out the window.
You're right. You were definitely right.
It's just been the way things have been moving forward. It hasn't felt like I said, you can throw the rules out the window. We talked about E3 on yesterday's podcast when we did it, because we were a bit like imming and ahhing if we thought, well, we'll do this. We weren't too sure how this direct next thing was going to work. And yeah, there's stuff to be talking about. And I'm going to say, please, next time there's a next, please make sure the settings are changed, because I know like obviously like Americans have gone, why are you guys complaining? It's like, well, if you've all rushed home from work and all rushed in to see it because you've been hyped, and then because there's been a lot of people on my Twitter and stuff of Europeans that were a little bit pissed off that they've all been rushing around trying to sit down to do it, and then it's not on.
Well, I don't know. Can't say anything about that.
I was going to say that if the foot was on the other shoe, oh man, would they be getting some heat? It was like, oh yes, yeah, we're fine. You guys haven't got it bad. Yeah,
well,
that would
considering it's a game in America, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they are a global company. I think it's just that thing of there's no point in sugarcoating the fact that. I know, like me and Tigger and a few other guys, we've already been exchanging a few messages and stuff already, and we weren't best pleased. And I know, like Wes and a few other ones, we're all a bit like, seriously, and the Infinity Museum, I think we're all a little bit like, come on! I'm sitting there and I'm hitting refresh, I'm whacking the button, I'm doing it on my iPad, going, what the hell's I'm going through proxies, and in the end, it's like, oh. I'm like texting people, like, going, what's going on? What's happening? But it's great to this was the good thing of being able to speak to you and kind of get to know what actually was said, and it doesn't sound like a lot.
I mean, as far as what we didn't know, yeah, it wasn't that much, but they did show, like I said, a lot of cool behind the scenes stuff. Dove into every character, what each one does, and people responsible with the game, showing you more details. I mean, it was a nicely put together video, but unfortunately, because we knew so much about it, it was a little underwhelming. So yeah, but still, I mean, the fact is, it was still a really nice put together video.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I think this is the problem, and this is where I'm worried again of coming into this for the next one. Looks like they've kind of dropped themselves into the same situation again, and you do wonder whether or not if this is going to be the trend of next. If it happens again next time in the same thing, I wonder if people will jump into the hype the same. It's almost like if you keep doing, if they do this exact same thing again, if it doesn't change to having new news, it might not be quite such a big a deal.
Well, here's the thing: even if stuff leaks, if they don't bring mention to it at all, kind of like they left us with Marvel for like 8 months. It's not going to be a bad thing, because people are still going to tune into next to see, okay, I want to see everything about Finding Dory behind the scenes. What are they doing? How did they bring in swimming mechanics in? So as long as they don't really, give us more info, and JB doesn't give us more teases outside of this, then clearly it's going to work out. But if stuff keeps leaking, if new retailers, usually it's a brand new retailer that always leaks something, so if a new retailer leaks something because they have to prepare for their sales or pre-orders or whatever, we might have the same situation we're in. But still, if they don't give us details, next might still be entertaining. So
yeah, it's definitely. I definitely feel like this is the next is the right way to go. It's a good way for them to communicate with us. Good way of them telling us what's going on in a formal way. We've got the Twitch chat coming up in about an hour's time, of which you can go through maybe. Yeah, it should be all right. I should be able to watch that one. And then you guys have got all your screenings tonight for Zootopia, and they're going to be showing it again to you guys then. So that is a great thing as well.
Yeah. I
But
will
it's
definitely be heading
definitely
out there after the Twitch thing.
yes. It's kind of it's definitely yeah. It's definitely kind of an interesting thing, I think, from Disney to be doing this, to be trying something different. And I think that really much sums up the whole of 2016, really, for Disney Infinity. It seems to be all about trying something different, about trying to do things differently, trying to listen to the fans, trying to listen to what's going on.
Well, they've been saying they wanted to do this. They wanted to build a platform, and I mean, obviously, after the third, playset, we finally have that. I was basically going off of the fact that I heard somebody, in fact, one of those people were on the video who used the term 4.0, but I guess they weren't in the know that this was going to be an extension of 3.0. And either way, it's great because this is exactly what LEGO Dimensions has been telling their fans, that you won't need multiple playsets. Well, finally, Disney Infinity has created that platform, and maybe we won't need more. I'm sorry, I said playsets. Expansion packs. So maybe Disney Infinity won't need to do expansion packs for a while. So that's gonna be cool. Saves us some money and space, to be honest with you.
Roswell Girl has just asked, what will people without internet be able to do? And unfortunately,
Twiddle your
you're gonna
thumbs.
have to connect your console. You're gonna have to connect your console at some point. Now you don't have to have it connected at all times. You might just be, say, for example, next week when it comes out, you might just need to go pick up your console, plug it into a network, upgrade it, and then you can take your console away. It's unfortunately it's the year. It's now of where people are. 98% of game consoles are connected. That's why they're doing it. It's not being done because it's a minority. This is the majority of people. The way that people do it, connect nowadays.
Yeah, what he said.
It's yeah. It's definitely been one of those kind of funny things. I think DLC and downloadable content. It's just part of gaming in the 21st century now. It's just part of it. And unfortunately, if you're not connected, like I said, you're not. It's not like it's an always on, so you don't always need it connected. But you could always pick it up and go maybe plug it into the router downstairs and plug it into the big TV if you've got it in your bedroom, or something like that. But that's going to be the only way you're going to be able to do digital download stuff for this. Just checking here. Whacking the button isn't good to do with the electronics.
Yeah, I just saw it too.
It's like I said, it's been an interesting event. For I think everyone's been kind of watching Disney Infinity, and then everything feels like the Disney Infinity explosion today for all the fans in the community, and everyone's going to be talking about it, and everyone's going to have their theories. That's quite funny when you think back to sort of like some of the articles that like Infinity Codes and Infinity Inquirer with their tin hats and stuff. And I think everyone's been on that line between expectations and realistic, and I think there's been that very easy line, of if you're expecting 25 play sets to be announced of all Disney classics from 1930, this was never going to be a good day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Scotty Potty just asked, when do we expect to see the next? And I'm thinking sometime before Alice in Wonderland coming out. To be honest with you,
the day before.
Yeah, pretty much. just like his Zootopia figures.
Yeah, it's a bit funny because if they label this one spring, so therefore it's the first of spring today, right? So if it's the first of June, it's the first of summer. Now, Alice in Wonderland is out in cinemas the week before, and Dory's out in June in the US in June. It's out in July here. So even I'm there going, it could be a bit close. I'm gonna be honest. This is feeling very much like it could be round 2 for this kind of thing. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what's going on. Let's have a look in the chat, see what else we've got. Just be nice to your device. We've got PSN needs to speed up and give us some more space. That's the one of the things. Cooper wants some more Disney originals, original playsets. Well, we are going to get a playset for Disney, and we're going to get a playset for Pixar. So there is going to be some more stuff coming. But it's all Disney Infinity's never been about going into the archives the same.
I'm still hopeful that we're going to see the Little Mermaid because of this whole swimming mechanics thing. So,
Scotty Potty was asking, where was Peter Pan? Why wasn't Scarlet Witch announced? All kind of good questions. I think this is again sort of saying Peter Pan again is going to be June.
You're going to have to tune into the next. That's the answer.
Yeah, I still think Scarlet Witch was a massive misstep.
Yeah.
This whole thing about having strong females and stuff, to not even have one, it shouldn't just be a bean counter of just like ticking off, going, okay, we've got this, we got that, we got this. But she's one of the new Avengers. She's one of the Avengers. She's in Civil War. She's in Age of Ultron. To not to include her just baffles the mind.
Yeah. Hopefully they fix that soon with it being one of the newer figures. So
yeah. Other questions from the chat. We've got Quantum asked, will they bring in water features? Well, if they bring in Dory, they're going to have to do something. And also Matthew said playsets, thinking Alice, Dory, Doctor Strange, and Rogue One. That's what, if they do another Marvel one, I've reading the terminology, that Marvel playset Battlegrounds could be the Marvel one. I'm starting to worry about that.
Yeah, because they did pitch 3.0 as 5 new playsets, but now this is going to be part of the 4, so I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Hold on, and let's just think about this for a second. Let's go all the way back to last summer, when a certain Best Buy said there would be 8 playsets coming to Disney Infinity 3.0.
That's true.
Oh, and how many playsets have they announced? 8!
If we count Battlegrounds, yeah. It's 8.
If we count Battlegrounds as that Marvel one, and there's not a second Marvel one, that is bang on 8 playsets. So that might not have been that far off of what that initial thing was. So that's kind of, I just literally just thought of that. That's
Way to go, Best Buy.
Yes. So I was going to say we're going to have some more Marvel films, so don't rule out Scarlet Witch and Winter Soldier yet. And there was also some footage of Maria Hill in the maybe it's just a
it was like a little.
She could just be an NPC or something.
I think so too.
But well, I think that's pretty much kind of wrap up our initial kind of bits and pieces here of like we sort of felt like we should do like a bit of a live show, rather than waiting all the way till next week for it. And plus the fact that the two of us are both sick. Somehow he managed to catch my bug off me yesterday, and I'm sat here with all like sort of tissues and sweets and stuff, and trying to.
Me too.
I think Abe's not.
You gave me your cold over the podcast last time. So.
I don't know how that works.
No.
Yeah. So big thank you to everyone in the Facebook chat. Make sure as well that you join up with our Infinity and Beyond Facebook group to join in all the discussion. I think it should be obviously a little bit more active over there in the next couple of days and the next couple of weeks with the new Marvel Battlegrounds coming out. A big thank you as well to Patreon, Ethan over at sortoutapps.com and magicbandcollectors.com. And yeah, just big thank you to A for joining me this one. It's a bit, I said we did it a little bit differently.
Yeah, just want to thank everybody in the live chat because Roger and I record in the most unfortunate times. You guys are like the most live viewers we've ever had. I think we were at 36.
It's a bit, yeah. It's a bit.
It's 11.
I'm like
your place. So
yeah, I'm completely out of whack because I should be getting ready to go to work, not have finished up. It's completely role reversal at this point. It's all out of whack.
Oh yeah, definitely. No problem, Scotty Putty. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and we shall see you guys in the next episode. Later,
guys.
Let's go and give it to you.
Thanks.